we saw Trump pick Mike Waltz for National Security Advisor, who is a huge Zionist. We saw him pick Marco Rubio as a Secretary of State, who is a huge Zionist. We saw him tag Elise Stefanik for the ambassador to the UN, which is a huge Zionist that literally counts her days as days since October 7th. And then we saw the controversial pick, I thought, of Pete Hegseth, which people seem to love, who is literally advocating for the rebuilding of Third Temple in Jerusalem.
Pete Hegseth seems like the guy that if you were to put armor on him, he would be like a Templar Knight.
He literally has a Templar Knight tattoo on his chest.
He looks like he's ready to go into battle, and I think that type of persona and that caricature that he has, it's very manly.
And a lot of people are watching the news over the last 24 hours and going, what the hell is going on here? And the reality is, quick update of what happened yesterday, and then we'll give a quick timeline of how we got here, and then we can kind of discuss.
Can we also interject? So we have a lot of Zionist, let's say, consult to El Trumpo. So El Trumpo has a lot of consultants and coaching and guides, and people are giving him consult and advice. And you're saying is that there's a common pattern that we've noticed that he's bringing on a lot of Zionists.
Yes.
Not only that, if I can also add, he's also added in all of the technocrats, right, and all of the tech oligarchs as well. And so if we were to take that in mass, it seems like he's surrounding himself with a lot of people and individuals that I don't know if you or I voted for. So I think that context matters.
And I think we literally said that day one.
We did.
After the election.
Check the receipts. Go back to the episode after the election, and you'll see that we were, let's say, incredulous about what's going on.
So a lot of people know that AIPAC and the Jewish lobby donated a lot of money to Trump during the campaign. His number one donator was Miriam Edelson, who is huge Zionist, Sands Hotel, and owner of the Mavericks, who just traded away Luka, by the way. Crazy. Wow.
That's a new precedent, by the way.
Who does that?
I mean, usually you're supposed to let the slaves know before you trade them.
And then his other big donator, was Jeffrey Yass, who is Susquehanna Bank, another huge Zionist, Israel Zionist. Donated. What did I say?
It's your Korean accent too.
Did I say donator?
It's a Korean accent.
Did I say donator? I feel so stupid for saying donator.
It's a he's a
Who says donator? Damn it!
Please excuse matter. His a bad Korean accent is coming out.
The biggest donors of Trump's campaign, who between the two of them donated something like 150, 170 million dollars.
Not insignificant.
Of the 250 million dollars he got from the lobby. It's a lot of money.
The lobby is very transparent about how much they give, by the way. So this is not it's a shocking thing to say. Yeah. This is a factual statement.
You can literally go up to AIPAC Tracker, and you can find all the receipts of exactly who gave who. We're not making anything up.
Yep.
This actually happened.
Yes.
And we saw throughout the summer in the campaign season, he kept on doing all these Israel rallies, which I thought was really weird because he was doing these rallies about America first, but every time he had a rally about America first, there were Israeli flags behind him. And I'm like, wait, how can you say America first, but you have another country's flag behind you? That didn't actually make sense to me. But everyone's like, no, shut up. You're not allowed to question that.
Yeah, well, I think it's important that we actually somewhat define terms here. Like when we say America first, is that inclusive of Israel?
Definitions matter, and I'm pretty sure America first means America.
Okay, I'm the stupid one here, guys. So I ask the questions. But whenever I hear America first, my first thought is not to include the satanic Repham symbol of the Star of David or whatever.
America first means America first.
Okay, well, I think we have defined that. America first means America first. That sounds awfully nationalistic of you, though, Matt. Just FYI.
So this election happens. Trump wins. We're all happy. And then we see all these cabinet picks, and we're like, wait a second, this doesn't seem right. It seems like he's getting ready to go to war with Iran, which we mentioned.
Yes.
It seems weird because it seems like they're going to try to get rid of the Palestinians in order to rebuild this Temple Mount and take over Old Jerusalem. That seems weird. I feel like we didn't vote for this.
This wasn't part of the plan.
And people are like, don't worry, there's a lot happening. It's going to work itself out.
Trust the plan.
Trust the plan. It's 4D chess. Art of the deal. Okay, fine. We were patient.
Yes. And we watched and noticed. Patiently noticed.
And the group of people that started noticing just keeps on growing. So the first phone call Trump makes after being elected is to Benjamin Milikowski.
잘했어. Yes, Benjamin
Milikowski.
Yes.
The very first phone call that Trump makes after being elected is to Benjamin Milikowski.
So who is Benjamin
A
Milikowski?
lot of people are going, who's Milikowski?
I mean, Milikowski sounds like a Korean name.
Milikowski is a Polish name?
Oh, a Polish name. Interesting. That reminds me of like also another Benjamin, like Netanyahu. Isn't he Polish as well?
Benjamin Milikowski changed his name to Benjamin Netanyahu when he went to Israel because the culture is that European Zionists, when they go to Israel, they Hebrewize their name.
Oh.
It's a thing.
Hebrewize.
No, I'm sorry. It's called Hebraized.
He braised it.
He braised his name.
He braised his name. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's like slow over the coals, char grilled his name to be a Zionist name or a Jewish name.
And Netanyahu literally means God has given.
Yes.
He changed his name to God has given me to you.
Yes. Which is not egotistical at all.
That's so crazy.
It's not like I'm going to change my name to Peter I rule over you, Staddington. Right? That's not going to happen just yet. But if you change your name to like you are God's greatest gift to the humanity, maybe you have an ego issue. Maybe, just maybe.
It's wild because people are like, that's crazy. I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, changing your name to be God's only chosen or best chosen, it's a pretty big deal, my
God
friend.
has given.
God has given him the world, apparently.
So apparently this is actually a common practice that people Hebraise their
name, yeah.
Hebraise their name.
Well, if you look under the covers, you'll find that there's a lot of actors, actresses, influencers, musicians, politicians, etc., who also Hebraised their name as well, which is an interesting thing.
Hollywood actors typically go the other way. So you have Jewish actors that get more American names to hide their identity.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, the opposite. Yeah,
But this guy went from a Polish name to a Hebrew name because, God has chosen me.
Well, if you have if you have God behind you, who is to stand against you?
Well, literally nobody, we're finding out.
Oh, apparently he has all the right players in the game.
So fast forward to today. Well, Trump, after getting inaugurated, he does his very first press conference, which we covered also. And in it, he has Masho, I forget how to say Masho's last name, from SoftBank.
Yeah, the Gook.
And you have Larry Ellison.
Yep.
I just found out that Masho's SoftBank Israel branch is run by a former Mossad general.
Oh, that doesn't seem
That's not sketchy?
That doesn't seem sketchy at all.
That's not sketchy?
No, it's not like we would want to give like U.S. aid or any CIA, organization the ability to do things behind closed doors, right?
The SoftBank Israel branch is literally run by the former Mossad general. And then you have Larry Ellison with Oracle. Did you know that Larry Ellison funds the IDF?
Oh, yeah.
He literally builds them training camps and gives them money and works in their technology department.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know.
Palantir and all of that, I mean, they are the data back end architecture for all of the the data sucking systems of every government, brother. 100%.
I totally skipped over Palantir, who runs surveillance for IDF.
Yep.
So we saw Palantir stock skyrocket right after. And we're like, okay, it's all these Zionists that are involved in the administration. They are put forefront in the administration.
No shame.
There's no hiding it. They're not hiding it at all.
Not hiding
it's
it.
right in your face. You can't. No one can be mad at Trump for trying to hide it.
No, he's not hiding it. He's making it obvious. These are your new masters.
They are literally front and center for everyone to see. And people are trying to cover for them. I don't know why. Well, because he is literally putting them out there saying, look, this is our team now. This is the squad.
I find it fascinating when we have the alt-right covering for him like Trump doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, clearly Trump is far more sophisticated than you guys are giving him credit for. And you say that he's ignorant when he does faux pas, and you say that he doesn't know, it's all part of the plan when he's making these absolutely specific decisions with our future. I mean, I don't understand where the alt-right is right now, because it seems like they're almost the opposite of Trump derangement syndrome. They love him so much they skip over every flaw. Like, he has no flaws. He's actually a perfect savior.
It's a lot of cognitive dissonance.
Yes, that's another way of saying it, for sure.
People don't want to accept the reality of what's going on.
They see stuff and they say, oh, man, it couldn't be my man Trump. It's like, well, we just saw Trump say that out loud, and he just tagged those people as your new dear leaders. What more is there to it?
So a couple of days goes by after the inauguration, and we're about, 2 weeks in now?
Yeah.
And starting on Saturday, first in the news is that the whole U.S. aid debacle.
Oh.
And U.S. aid, to be fair, it's super corrupt.
Oh, super corrupt.
Super corrupt. But every single propagandist page is saying U.S. aid, U.S. aid, U.S. aid, U.S. It's all they want you to actually think about. The only reason you're mad about it is because they want you to be mad about it.
Yeah.
And yes, they do some messed up things. Like, oh, look, they funded Wuhan. Okay, great. Sucks. Do you know who else they fund? They fund the Palestinian humanitarian aid.
Well, the thing that I like the most is the fact that they spent millions of dollars of trying to make Palestinians trans. Did you see that? Millions of dollars towards that?
Well, they give they're responsible for the bulk of the aid to the Palestinians. So by removing U.S. aid and blocking them off, you're blocking off Palestinian aid. Okay. Are there other things they stopped? Yes, great. But this, I believe, was the focus. Because the very next day, Trump says, we are going to leave the UN Humanitarian Council. What the UN Humanitarian Council does, also one of their biggest projects, is that they fund Palestinian humanitarian aid. So 2 days before Bibi shows up, you kill both federal programs that are giving aid to the Palestinians. It's like, okay, like, it's corrupt, I get it. But the timing.
Yeah, and the rationale, I think the timing and rationale are well played, because there's a theme going on with Trump of just like America first, America first, America first, as it should be. However, the extreme of that is obviously no aid to anybody, no aid outside America. And so the continuity of that message makes sense, but the timing of them cutting this specific aid off and then with Bibi coming in is certainly circumstantial. It seems odd.
And we say no aid. And day one, Trump says, I'm going to cut off all foreign aid for 90 days until we figure out what's going on. Except Israel.
Our greatest ally.
And Egypt.
Our greatest enemy.
And we're like, wait. I'm like, why Egypt?
Yeah, that was odd.
Well, it's not that odd.
Why?
Because when they pressed Trump on, where are you going to send the Palestinians? He's like, oh, Egypt will take them.
That's right. Okay. We're going to force them to house all these
You're not forcing them. You just paid them to.
Oh, you paid them off.
Yeah. Everyone's getting their aid cut off except Israel and Egypt. Why Egypt? Because they're the ones that are supposed to take the Palestinians in.
So, a very confounding situation. I think there are a lot of people who are unhappy on both sides.
Yes.
Why? Why would they be unhappy?
Well, anyone that's truly America first going, dude, I don't like this. I don't want to fund more war.
Fair enough.
I don't want to send troops to protect protect this.
Fair enough.
If you're going to demolish everything and build hotels, then I don't want to send troops to protect it.
No.
It's like a dangerous area.
Fair enough.
So that side. And then you have the left which is like, dude, what about the Palestinians?
Yeah, we were helping them, bro.
Which I agree too. And it's really weird that people are like, if you support the Palestinians, it makes you a liberal. I'm like, why? I don't want people to die.
It makes you actually nothing. It makes you human to say that you don't want your money to be spent to kill other people.
Yeah, why is that a liberal and conservative thing? Why would conservatives say we want to kill more people? That's so weird to me, actually. Thanks for watching the clip. If you want to see the full episode, click here. If you want to see more clips, click here.